Hey, spiritual warriors. So I just wanted to connect with all of you during these times. There's a lot of uncertainty in the air, and I know for me, not so much today, but yesterday, I was feeling this energy in the city. I live in Philadelphia. Um, and for those of you that don't know, and I was feeling this very intense energy yesterday morning when I woke up. It was palpable. And I'm feeling it now even as I'm talking. So yesterday it was kind of overwhelming for me. I was feeling a lot of sadness, and the overwhelming thing for me that I was feeling was around this feeling of like, well, what is the truth? Right? Like, what is actually really real? Because there's so many people that are saying so many different things and so many conflicting stories. I had this like overwhelming feeling of sadness around just that feeling, and the feeling around the election and the divisiveness and the tumultuous feeling that was in the air. Right? It was in the air, and I could feel it kind of like bubbling up like within me. So I went into my meditation and I asked my guides, I said, like, can you show me like what is actually the truth, right? And for those of you that don't know, I channel a group of beings called the Council of Nine, and they are very closely connected to the Pleiadians. They are Pleiadian, from what they tell me. They're a Pleiadian energy. Hi, Paul. Um, and they've been guiding me and helping me for a while now. And so I asked them, I said, like, what is really going on here? Like, what is actually the truth of what's happening, right? And what they showed me was really quite profound. So what they showed me is they kind of showed me this like image of all of these different realities and timelines that people are holding, and they are all kind of existing at the same time, right? So they're all kind of coexisting at the same time, and people are bringing them into existence because of their focus upon them, right? So there's all of these different realities and timelines, potential realities and potential timelines playing out in the present moment at the same time. So like they show me like all of these different realities that are simultaneously existing, right? And they said it doesn't matter what is true. Your only job is to hold the frequency of the light for all of these different realities and all of these different timelines. So not only is it your job to hold your own frequency of light, so to create your own higher vibrational frequency, it's also extremely important for you to be able to look at all of these different realities and hold them in a higher frequency. Because the other piece of this that I channeled before is the way that we step into fifth dimensional consciousness, the way that we step into the 5D timeline is by holding the space for other people to step into a higher state of consciousness. And the way that we do that is we see them as already in a higher state of consciousness. And this can be a tall order, right? Especially when we see people in the world who believe things that we really don't believe and who have opinions that we really don't agree with, right? But when we are able to step back and hold this higher frequency for the collective, right? All of a sudden, it doesn't matter so much what someone's opinion is, or if someone has a different opinion than you, and it's okay to have your opinions, that's totally fine. But what they were showing me is that your job as like a star seed, a light worker, somebody who is helping with the ascension of the planet, someone who came here to help with the ascension of the planet, what your job is to hold that higher frequency and hold everyone else in that higher frequency with your intention. So that way it makes it easier for all of us to step into this higher timeline, to step into the higher states of consciousness. But when we allow ourselves to be pulled in to the divisiveness, when we allow ourselves to be pulled into, well, that's wrong and I'm right, or how could they do this, or how could she do that, or whatever it is, then we essentially take ourselves out of that higher timeline because we're feeding into this 3D reality of yes or no, good or bad, this or that, you or me, right? So it's really, really important that we're able to hold this higher frequency. And when we see all of this mess going on in the world, to be able to hold a higher state of consciousness and look at it from this zoomed out lens and be able to see all the people that we're seeing as already healed. And when you do that, you're holding the space for them to step into a higher state of consciousness. So that's what they showed me. And I hope this is making sense because I saw it as an image and I'm trying to like translate it. But they said it's not like there's just one truth. Everyone is holding on to these different truths. Everyone is holding on to different realities and different timelines, and that's okay. That's human consciousness. That is what happens on this planet. But as a light worker, it is your job to hold everybody in a higher state of consciousness by raising your own frequency and seeing everybody is already healed. And I know that can be difficult, but that is the job of the light worker, of the way shower, of the star seed. So that was really the message that I got, and I just felt like I really needed to share that because I was talking to Kylie earlier, and I know most of you know Kylie because we did Heal the Witch Wound together in this group. And I was telling her this, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, that helps me so much. I need you." Ooh, sorry. You should share that with everyone. And I was like, okay, I need to share this with everyone. So I hope this was helpful because I know that right now there's just a lot of uncertainty going on, right? With the election and just feeling like we're on shaky ground, right? Because we are on shaky ground. Things are being shaken up and things are going to shift. And November and December, from what I was being shown from my guides, is it's going to be a rocky time. And what you are going to be asked to do is to really look at the parts of yourself that you haven't been willing to look at. And it can be uncomfortable. And it's going to be the most uncomfortable for the people who are not open to looking at those hard truths about themselves and those hard truths that they believe about the external world that may be crumbling in front of them. And that's going to be what we're all being asked to do moving forward into November. And I just want to look because I made a note here of what my guides had shared with me. Okay, so these are the two other messages they shared with me specifically around November. So they said, nothing is as it seems. November is inviting you to pull back the veil of illusion and discover a greater truth that you're not even aware exists right now. So let me say that again because it's kind of intense. So nothing is as it seems. November is inviting you to pull back the veil of illusion and discover a greater truth that you're not even aware exists right now. So this message around the shadow is going to be really, really big this month. And it's Scorpio season, right? And you guys, and I should know because I'm a Scorpio, my birthday's tomorrow. So I'm feeling it really strong, but it's Scorpio season and the shadow is surfacing. The veil is thin and the shadow is ready to come to the surface. And we're going to be seeing this on the world stage, on the collective level. And you also are going to be feeling it within yourself. And there's going to be an invitation for you to look at these deeper shadow aspects of yourself that you haven't been willing to look at. And it might not be pretty, it might not be fun, it may be uncomfortable, but one of the most important things that you can remember right now, and I was talking about this earlier with my energy worker and best friend, as long as you have the willingness, as long as you have the willingness to go into the uncomfortable parts of yourself and allow yourself to feel them so that they can dissipate and that you can start to move into the next level, as long as you have the willingness to look at it, that's all that it takes. You just need to be willing. And you need to be willing to go into this discomfort. You need to be willing to look at the things that you might not want to look at, or you might not have previously wanted to look at. And as long as you are willing, then everything is going to unfold for you. But the resistance is what's going to keep you stuck. So if you resist this wave of energy that's coming through, it's going to be really, really uncomfortable. But if you surrender to it and you say, okay, I'm willing to look at whatever comes up, I'm willing to do the work, I'm willing to take this journey of where my intuition is leading me, of where my life wants me to go, I'm willing to do it, then everything is going to be unfolding perfectly and magically for you. It might not always be comfortable because when we heal the shadow, we have to look at it, and that's not always comfortable. Actually, it's never comfortable. But that's what the call is. That is the invitation for this month. So let me know if this is resonating. Let me know if this makes sense to you. Ask me any questions. Oh, Emily, you need to hear this. Good. I'm so glad. So with that being said, I am feeling extremely strongly about us coming together right now. All of the guidance that I have been receiving is around community and is around us coming together to support each other, to heal the shadow, to heal what is no longer serving us, so that we can step forward and share our gifts, so that you can step forward and share your gifts, because the world needs your particular kind of medicine right now. And it's time to stop hiding in the shadows and come out and share your gifts with the world, because there is a shift happening and we need, it's like an all hands on deck situation, right? So, that is why Kylie and I are creating this community, this 4-week journey that we're taking, where we are calling in a sacred community of healers, light workers, and leaders to get together to heal the witch wound, heal that part of you, that shadow aspect of you for good, so you can go out and unapologetically share your medicine. And I know there are so many of you that your energy feels like it would be so right for this community. So if that is you, please reach out to me. I put the link right there. But this is a sacred community where we're going to create a sacred space of healing and transformation. We're going to use the Akashic Records. We're going to use breath work, and we're going to use the synergy that we create within the sacred space to create a rapid transformation, a rapid healing, where you can then come out of it not only being able to unapologetically share your gifts, but also we're going to guide you to download your updated soul's mission statement. Because I know that you all are aware of your soul's mission. However, there's a deeper level coming to light right now. We are all being called to go to a deeper place within ourselves than we've previously gone before. We are all being asked to do that. So part of what I have been guided to do is to help people get to that deeper place of understanding their mission and their purpose in a completely new way. And that's what we're going to do on this 4-week journey: heal the witch wound and own your truth. So I invite you to join us. because this is going to be a magical space. Every time Kylie and I talk about it and start planning it, we both start crying at how beautiful it's going to be. We went into the records and we saw this beautiful image of healers and all of us leaders and light workers coming together, linking arms, and this magical energy happening where we're all putting something into the pot and we're all receiving even more benefit than we would have on our own. So it's really going to be like such a beautiful journey, and we want to make it as accessible as possible to everyone who wants to come into it. So until Friday, we're offering 20% off. I put the link right there. Please let me know if you have questions or if you're wondering if this is a good fit for you. Just message me or just send me a private message and we can chat about it. But this is going to be a really beautifully sacred space that a lot of healing and transformation is going to happen in a short time. And November is like the perfect time for this because it's Scorpio season. We are being called to not only heal the shadow, but on the other side of healing the shadow is where we go to this deeper place within ourselves that we haven't been willing to look at yet. So reach out to me to talk about this, or you can just click on the link right there. All the info is there and you can sign up. I would love to have you because I know that this Breathe to Succeed community is filled with change makers, leaders, and healers who we need all of your medicine. And there's specific people out there who need your medicine, and they need to get it now so that we can get on with the ascension of the planet. Okay, so that is pretty much all I have to say today. I'm feeling so much energy in my body around this message because I feel like this is something that a lot of people need to hear. So I'm going to be moving forward at least once a month, sharing with you guys the messages that I've channeled from my guides. So please feel free to post in the group if you have specific questions that you'd like me to answer, and I can go in and channel the answers for you, because part of the new piece of my purpose that I've downloaded is that I am supposed to receive information from the council and share it with all of you. So that is part of what I'm doing right now. The other really distinct piece that's coming through for me is connecting people to their cosmic family, which I have been doing a whole lot of, and it is still blowing my mind. So if that's something you'd like to talk more about, definitely reach out to me too. And I love you guys so much, and please reach out to me. I'd love to chat. All right, lots of love to you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.